LeBron James and Steph Curry have both had legendary careers to this point, even being rivals in the 2010s. But their situations are entirely different, as Steph Curry has stayed on the Warriors his whole career and LeBron has changed teams 4 times. So with them both being born in the great city of Akron, Ohio, we're gonna swap them at birth, meaning Steph would be getting ready for the draft in 2003.
Let's do this!
And as for LeBron, well, he'd be in second period math class.
This sucks ass.
So with Steph Curry going number 1 to the Cavs, he would average around 21 points and 8 assists his rookie season, sneaking into the postseason with a 42-40 record.
Steph made the playoffs as an 8 seed.
And Curry would shock the 76ers, taking the series to a Game 7, all of which relied on one shot from his teammate.
He's gotta pass it. Ricky Davis turns around for the win.
Steph fought hard in his first playoff series, but LeBron fought even harder in the lunch line.
This sucks ass.
But now entering the 2005 season, Curry had gone from an 84 to an 88, leading the Cavs to a 3 seed in the East where he would play the Nets first round and get smacked 4-1. And all the while, LeBron would be getting smacked by his geography test.
This sucks ass.
But nonetheless, Steph would go on to lead the Cavs to a 47-35 season, and he would get smacked by Miami in round 1. And while Curry originally got drafted out of college in 2009, LeBron would not need to go to college. He'd be going into the draft in 2006.
LeBron skipped college. He's now on the Warriors and it's 2006.
And King James would be entering the league as an 84 overall, meaning he was 10 behind Steph Curry, who would be entering his 4th season, leading the Cavs to a 41-41 record, making the playoffs as a 7th seed, which isn't too bad. But on the other hand, LeBron would take the league by storm, averaging 22, 5, and 6 his first season, easily winning Rookie of the Year.
It went 59-23. This is LBJ's first season. That's unbelievable.
LeBron was the number 1 seed his rookie year. But before we dive into this intense playoff run, there's a little challenge. You see, in real life, LeBron and Steph both have 4 championships. So in order to see who's had the easiest circumstances, these two are gonna race to 4 championships. So place your bets now on this roller coaster journey, all of which is gonna start with LeBron's first playoff run. The King would rip through Elton Brand and the Clippers round 1. And round 2 wouldn't come easy. He would end up going down 3-2 against the Suns in a hard-fought series.
Phoenix up 3-2. LeBron's back's against the wall.
But rookie King James would not fold. He would blow out the Suns in Game 6 and even more in Game 7.
He's going to the Western Conference Finals.
And while LeBron prepares for Carmelo Anthony and the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, let's check in with Steph in the Eastern Conference, who would be battling it out against the 2-seeded Pistons, taking them all the way to a Game 7. And Curry continued to do his part, but his teammates made sure that they came up short.
Dang, man, Steph was so close. Steph went off. It just wasn't enough. I mean, his teammates sold. Of course, dude, it's the Cavs.
At this point, Curry was pretty furious with his teammates, but we'll get back to that. LeBron's first finals appearance is on the line.
They're going up against AI and Carmelo Anthony, so this certainly will not be easy for him.
And I was right. AI's killer handles and Carmelo's signature post game were too much. LeBron and the Warriors kept it close, but ultimately couldn't get the job done in Game 7.
Well, you can't win them all. LeBron got upset by the Nuggets.
But a rookie season run to the conference finals was still beyond impressive for LeBron. As for Steph, he was 4 years deep into his career and hadn't really done anything yet. But in the 2008 season, Steph would be making his presence felt.
Steph, come on, he's coming out swinging.
Steph averaged 33 points and 11 assists this season. And Steph Curry wouldn't be cooling down just yet. He would fly by the 3-seeded Raptors 4-1 first round. And round 2, MVP Curry against Orlando? Steph's MVP season was impressive, but cut short. But on the other side of things, LeBron had led the Warriors to a 61-21 season. He would rip his way through the playoffs, right back to the Western Conference Finals where he came through for his team. To get to his first finals, he's got it. 2-1, terrible. I mean, that, like, what are you... all right, T-Mac.
It's over. He's going to the finals.
The Warriors could celebrate their conference championship for now, but in the finals, they'd be facing the same team that eliminated Steph Curry.
LeBron will now be facing the Magic, who went on to win the Eastern Conference Finals.
The King would now have a chance to jump out in front of Steph Curry in this race, but the Magic would come out and dominate the first 2 games, which were in Golden State.
The Magic take Game 2. They have home court advantage.
And that home court advantage would work in Orlando Orlando's favor. LeBron did all he could, but the Magic got it done in 6 games. Dang it, LeBron! In 2009 was somewhat of a down season for both the King and Curry. LeBron and the Dubs would go 34-48 and miss the playoffs. As for Curry and the Cavs, they'd finish 44-38. They'd be an 8th seed, but they'd get smoked by Boston round 1. And in the next season, things only got rougher for Steph in Cleveland. He was a 95 overall and putting up really good numbers. Steph averaged 37 points and they missed the playoff. Yeah, Curry averaged nearly 40 points in the regular season and still couldn't get in the playoffs, so he might not be in Cleveland for much longer. As for LeBron, he led the Warriors to a 43-39 record, getting a 7th seed in the postseason. Curry missed the playoffs, LeBron made it, he's a 7th seed, he's playing the Rockets. They got T-Mac and Yao still. I mean, those are 2 tough people to beat. And I figured this Rockets squad would beat the Warriors pretty quickly. But LBJ said not so fast and jumped out in front of the Rockets, demolishing them. He went up 3-0 and neither Tracy nor T-Mac had an answer. LeBron is up 3-0 on the 2-seed Rockets. He actually might pull an insane upset. And of course, after giving up 1 game at home, he would get it done on the road in Houston. LeBron does it. He got it done. Let's go. But in round 2, King James would have a rematch against the same team that dethroned him in the conference finals a few years ago. This team's probably a lot better than the Rockets. And they definitely were better. The Nuggets took the first game, but then LeBron took the second. Then taking the series to Golden State, Denver would take the first, and LeBron, of course, would answer back. LeBeanus ties it up, and the Warriors would even take the next one and take a 3-2 lead. But Carmelo and the Nuggets wouldn't give up that easily, and they would force a game 7 by more than 10 points. LeBron had the upper hand, but now he doesn't. This is going to be a nail-biter. And I did think it was going to be a nail-biter, but instead, LeBron came out and won the game by 15, getting his revenge on Melo and the Nuggets and advancing to his 2nd Western Conference Finals. That's it. LeBron's going to the Western Conference Finals again. But in the conference finals, he would be facing a classic Lakers team that originally won the finals this year. They got Derek Fisher, they got Kobe, they got Lamar Odom, they got Pau Gasol. What more can you ask for? And Golden State being a 7 seed and the Lakers being a 1 seed, this one was not easy. The Lakers went up 2-0 in Los Angeles and it seemed like it was over from there. But with LeBron, Ramon James, it's never over. The series went back to Golden State and he would take the next 2 games, tying it at 2 apiece. Then taking the next one in Los Angeles, going up 3-2. But you'd be silly to think Kobe was going to give up that easily. He would win the next one and force, of course, another game 7. We're at another game 7. This is going to be a good one. And I was convinced this would be a good game, but instead LeBron came out and he destroyed Kobe and would advance to his 2nd finals. 6-point game, 25 seconds? LeBron, he's going to the finals again. He beat Kobe. But the King couldn't celebrate for long, as in the finals, he'd be playing the Celtics. LeBron's taking down a 2 seed, a 3 seed, a 1 seed, and he's going up against another 1 seed. And LBJ's dominant playoff run wouldn't be stopping anytime soon. 2-0 on the prime Celtics? But bald-ass Kevin Garnett wasn't going down without a fight. He would not only take the next 2 in Golden State, but take a 3rd and go up 3-2. And needless to say, LeBron would respond in game 6. He's up 20, dude. We're going to another game 7. And despite the electric environment in Boston in game 7, LeBron jumped out in front. Come on, LeBron. You gotta get your chip. You gotta get a ring, bro. But slowly as the game went on, the Celtics pulled away and LeBron couldn't get it done. He was this close at game 7. The King just couldn't carry the Warriors far enough. But rest assured, help would be arriving soon. And as for Curry, well, it's 2010. He's got a decision to make.
Cleveland sucks. I'm going to South Beach.
Curry would now be taking his talents to Miami to link up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. As for LeBron, his best teammates would be Monte Ellis and David Lee, so he'd have some work to do. And to no surprise, the Miami Heat went 68-14 and of course were a 1 seed in the East. But what was even more surprising is that LeBron led the Warriors to a 67-15 record, and of course, this was an MVP season. Almost 36 points per game. Oh my god. And Defensive Player of the Year, good lord. I'm gonna predict one of the 2 is gonna win their first championship in these playoffs. Now let's see who that's gonna be. And so for Curry and the Heat, this playoff run was light work. They got through the first 3 rounds with ease. As for LeBron, even having much less help than Steph, his story wasn't that much different. The league MVP and Defensive Player of the Year blew through rounds 1, 2, and 3 to his 3rd finals appearance, only taking 1 loss to this point. And with that being said, Steph and LeBron would be meeting in the finals for the first time. This career swap is already turning the NBA upside down. LeBron's only lost 1
one game in the playoffs so far, maybe he's got the upper hand. So with the first lead of this race on the line, this finals matchup was intense. Home court advantage would mean everything, as in Miami, Steph would torch LeBron and take the first two. It's going back to Golden State. Let's see if LeBron can do something. And without surprise, the King wasn't going down that easy. He'd take game 3 and 4, tying the series at 2 apiece and making things interesting. LeBron's winning another. We're tied 2 apiece. It's not over. But after the Heat took game 5 back in Miami, LeBron would now be facing elimination in Golden State, making the stakes for this game as high as ever. So while Curry and LBJ went at each other, Steph's shooting was just too much. He took the lead with ease. LeBron was fighting for his life on his own, and Steph Curry would claim his first championship. It's over, dude. Curry's gonna win. LeBron, I think, just attracts bad teammates at this point. Look at Steph, man. His first ring. And despite LeBron having 3 finals appearances, Steph would be the first to strike, jumping ahead with a win in his first finals appearance, coincidentally against LeBron. And so in the 2012 season, Golden State and Miami would still run the league. Curry and D-Wade would lead the Heat to a 67-15 record with an easy 1 seed in the East. As for LeBron, he would now have Klay Thompson, giving the Splash Brothers a much different look as they went 61-21, claiming the 1 seed in the West. And King James, well, he'd be claiming his MVP and Defensive Player of the Year trophies again. LeBron with back-to-back MVP seasons. And as expected, these two would clear the league out in the playoffs. Curry and the Heat annihilated every team in the East to the finals, as well as LeBron, both only taking 2 losses to compete for a championship. But in the Western Conference Finals against the Sonics, who were supposed to be the Thunder, but I messed up, I noticed for some reason LeBron wasn't on the floor. LeBron had 7 points. LeBron's injured? With only the finals to go, LeBron's severe right ankle sprain ruled him out for the season, leaving only Klay Thompson as a sign of hope for the King in this race against Steph. And I wish this season had a fairy tale ending, but Steph Curry and D-Wade ripped through the Warriors. They smothered them in 4 games, and Curry would now jump out with a 2-0 lead in this race. He got bailed out with LeBron being injured, dude. And Curry was bailed out to say the least, but in the 2013 season, it seemed like things might go the King's way. Curry and the Heat again had a dominant season, claiming the 2 seed in the East, but so did LeBron, who is now a 97 overall, and he was an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year again as the 1 seed in the West. What has happened? This is not normal. Heat had a little bit of a down season. This might be LeBron's chance. And I really did think the Heat might fall apart this season, as they were only a 2 seed now, but I didn't expect the downfall to come so soon, as the Hawks swept them in the first round. That's it. They're getting upset by the 7 seed round 1. And not only that, they're getting swept. So with the greatest shooter of all time now out of the playoffs, LeBron now had Klay and Draymond, who would lead the Warriors past the Timberwolves and then the Jazz into an intense matchup in the Western Conference Finals against the Spurs, which was an evenly matched series as the two would go back and forth, and of course it would come down to a Game 7. And this elimination game would be the only thing standing between LeBron James and his first chip, which was something he needed to make this race with Steph competitive. So with this game and series coming down to the wire, I had no choice but to jump in. Tied 99 apiece, a minute left. It's Game 7, everything's on the line. Steph Curry's up 2-0 finals-wise. Kawhi's got it with a minute left. There's bald Richard Jefferson on him. This is for all the marbles here, man. I'm scared. LeBron in Kawhi's face. Kawhi hits it. It doesn't matter. Oh my God, bro. LBJ dribbles it up. Who else would have the ball? LeBron driving past Timmy, right to the rim. Get it! It's a tie game, 101 apiece. Kawhi's dribbling it up. It's a tie game. Again, winner go home. LeBron is on Kawhi in the post. It's a bad shot, but they get the rebound, whoever this guy is. Kawhi's got it back. Inside, LeBron with the good defense and the board. He's got a chance to seal it here. He's dribbling up quick. He's got time. Tim Duncan's on him. There's 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. He's ISOing Tim Duncan. He's clamping, though. LeBron loses it. He gets it back. 3 seconds on the shot clock. 2, 1. The leaner for the lead. LeBron, it's off. It's off. The Spurs call timeout with .8. I think we're going to overtime, though. What is happening? And I was certain we were going to overtime, especially when the Spurs inbounded it to old-ass Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady for the win. Did that count? No! Oh my God! What? There's no way. In his final NBA season, Tracy McGrady ripped a championship from LeBron. Doesn't even care.
He doesn't even care.
And so then in the 2014 season, LeBron wouldn't get any closer either. He would win his 2 favorite trophies, but then get upset as a 1 seed round 2 against the Clippers. And as for Curry, well, Miami wasn't really working for him anymore, and he planned to go back home.
Steph Curry heads back to Cleveland, well aware of what he leaves behind in Miami.
And with his hometown fan base back on his side, Steph would have a great season back with Cleveland, as he and Kyrie would carry them to a 56-26 record, making a 2 seed in the East. As for LeBron and the Dubs, they'd have a good season too as a 3 seed in the West, but it would be cut short pretty quickly as they would lose 4-2 against New Orleans. I mean, this is so sad to witness, like, actually. And it could get more sad for LeBron shortly, as Steph Curry and the Cavs went right through the East. No team really stood in their way, and they would be facing the Rockets in the finals. He's got to play the Rockets, who have Patrick Beverley, James Harden, Trevor Ariza, Chris Bosh. I don't know why Chris Bosh is there. He's there, though. And this Boshosaurus Rex fluke might have been the only thing saving LeBron from going down 3-0, because the Rockets controlled this series from start to finish and wiped the floor with the Cavs in just 5 games. And so the King being down but far from out, I had high hopes from him in the 2016 season. Curry and the Cavs would do okay, but they'd only be a 5 seed in the East. As for LBJ and the Warriors, they had a great season and they were a 3 seed, and I had a feeling this could be the one.
LeBron is up to a 98. I'm telling you, like, this has to be a season, please.
And so as Carmelo Anthony and the Knicks smoked Curry round 1, LBJ blew right past the Nuggets and seemed to have a real chance.
Curry got smacked, but LeBron is moving on his quest to get his first championship.
And the round 2 series against New Orleans wouldn't come easy. It would go to a game 7, but in that game 7, LeBron wouldn't leave any room for questions.
It's over. LBJ is going to the conference finals. He's gonna be tired coming off of this game 7, but it doesn't matter. It's LeBron.
And the conference finals against the Memphis Grizzlies weren't exactly easy either. It was a battle, but in game 6, it came down to the wire, and LeBron had a chance to close this series out.
Oh no, I'm jumping in. 3-point game, 30 seconds. LeBron lives for this. Andrew Bogut, give it to him, bro! Bogut! What are you doing? Bogut's selling! Get him out of the game, man! What was that? LeBron was wide, and Bogut's like, and then he fouls this dude, and they're gonna go down 5.
You could say I was a little upset, but Bogut's idiocy did not end there.
Okay, that one's off, that one's off, that one's off. Bro. Just whatever. It's over. It's this one's over.
And Memphis would miss one of the 2 next free throws, so there's a chance LeBron can bail his teammates out once again.
Why do we have him inbounding again? This is gonna be a disaster. All right, here's LeBron. Bogut! God, bro. Okay, Draymond. What? All right. Okay, Draymond. Foul. Tony Allen's terrible at the line. I hate this free throw angle, but that's fine. Tony Allen's gonna throw a brick up. I told you, man. Tony Allen, it's a brick. It's another brick. It's a brick, dude. I told you. Let's go. Bogut isn't an idiot. Oh my God, 7 seconds. 6, 5. Livingston, what are you doing? LeBron, for game. Bang! Bang! Let's go! What just happened? Oh my!
Despite Andrew Bogut having an IQ of 16, LeBron still bailed him out, advancing to another finals and looking to win his first.
It's the Knicks, the team that took out Curry.
And admittedly, I underestimated the Knicks. Porzingis and Carmelo put on a shooting clinic, taking this finals series to a game 7.
It's a game 7. It's all on the line. This is everything. This is the biggest game ever on earth.
And King James, of course, knew this. He knew that he would need to win this game and this championship in order to stay in this race. So with that, he took the series back to Golden State, put up 47 points, and blew the Knicks out, winning his first championship, finally putting himself on the board in this race against Steph. But in the 2016 offseason, LeBron's chances to tie this thing up increased significantly, as Kevin Durant would be leaving the Thunder in hopes to win a chip alongside LeBron. But Steph and the Cavs Cavs would not back down easily. They would go 63-19 with the best record in the league. And as for the Warriors, even with the best roster in the NBA, they were only a 2 seed and they got past round 1 but got smacked by Utah round 2.
Well, LeBron and KD are frauds. No other way to say it.
But Curry and Kyrie were as legit as they could be. They stomped every team they faced in these playoffs, including the Thunder with an MVP Russell Westbrook, who they beat 4-1 in the finals.
Steph Curry, finals MVP. Come on, talk to him nice.
Now Curry's up 3-1 on LBJ, but this would not be the first time we've seen this. So in the next season, KD and LBJ would get it figured out. Now they would be the best team in the NBA and be a 1 seed in the West. As for Curry and Cleveland, he and the Cavs would have a great regular season again, but ultimately they would get upset round 1 by the 8th seed Milwaukee Bucks.
The runway is wide open for LeBron to just get a championship. He could do it.
And the King did just that. He would rip through every team to the finals, where he would face the underdog 8th seed Bucks, and he would get his next championship.
Why does Steve Kerr look like Princess Diana?
This was now again a 1 championship race, which made Steph Curry feel threatened. So now he'd be making a move this offseason.
We've got breaking news.
Steph Curry
Is a Laker.
And with Curry signing with the Lakers in the 2019 season, it was somewhat of a rebuild year. They would go 29-53 and miss the playoffs by a mile. But this gave LeBron a real chance to even things.
LeBron's got a chance to tie things up, though. It kind of looks like he might do that.
The LeBron and KD-led Warriors would easily get by Jimmy Butler and the Timberwolves. Then the Clippers in round 2, whose best players were Tobias Harris and Lou Williams, would really surprise me. They would throw hands with this crazy Warriors team, taking the series all the way to a Game 7. And I'll just let the results speak for themselves.
He's getting smoked by this terrible Clippers team. I mean, it's over. There's nothing that can be done.
This race didn't seem like it'd be getting any easier for LeBron either. In the 2019 offseason, KD would be going from the Warriors to the Nets. So as LeBron loses a crucial teammate, Steph would gain one as Anthony Davis now signs with the Lakers. And this Steph-AD duo was disgusting. They went 69-13, finishing not only with the best record in the league, but one of the best all time. As for LeBron, he had a decent season, but only made a 5 seed in the West. And in order to stop this dominant Lakers team from getting a championship, he first would have to get by the Grizzlies in round 1. And he had more than a chance to do that. He went back and forth with Ja Morant and the Grizzlies and went to a Game 7.
Steph's advancing to the second round. LeBron's in a Game 7. This is crucial because I bet Curry goes on to win the finals.
LBJ had been in this situation countless times before, and he fought the Grizzlies, going dunk for dunk with Ja Morant, but in the end, it just wasn't enough.
And the Grizzlies are pulling away.
And I was definitely a little upset for LeBron. But it might have not mattered anyway, as AD and Curry would blow by the next 2 rounds, facing Embiid and the Sixers in the finals and winning 4-1.
Steph Curry, finals MVP.
He beat LeBron.
Steph wins the race to 4 championships, meaning LeBron has had the easier career. But between LeBron and Steph, who's the better individual player? Click the center of the screen to find out as I put them in NBA Imperialism GOAT Edition.